Sanctions or no sanctions? An unprecedented division at the United Nations is seen as a diplomatic victory by Iran. Iran's president seemingly mocking the recent US defeats at the Security Council.
Today we can say the US policy of maximum political and legal pressure against the Iranian nation has turned into maximum isolation for the United States.
But if the US stops Iranian vessels to enforce sanctions, this was a warning from Iran.
If the US wants to use Resolution 1929 to inspect Iranian ships, based on international laws, it is considered piracy and will be dealt with. And the United States will be held responsible for the consequences.
And it's here any response would likely be carried out. The Strait of Hormuz, one of the busiest shipping routes in the world, with 20% of the world's oil passing through. US warships and warplanes are based in the region, in an already tense environment. Iran's conservative majority parliament is considering further action against the US if they reimpose sanctions.
There
are various ideas in Iran and among lawmakers, from abandoning the JCPOA to even withdrawing from the Non-Proliferation Treaty or severing ties with the IAEA. Iranian lawmakers have discussed all these ideas.
Iranians are already finding it tough living under sanctions.
We're working hard from morning to night, but we get nothing, because these sanctions have disrupted life, economy, everything. It's very tough and bad.
Well, sanctions have had many impacts, for example, on patients. The price of medicine has gone up due to the increasing exchange rate with the dollar. That's even if medicine is available. If we face more sanctions, the lives of many patients might be at risk.
Iran's leaders are treating the US isolation at the UN as a victory, while many Iranians are suffering hardship. Donald Trump's maximum pressure campaign caused Iran's currency to lose value and stopped Iran selling its oil or accessing international markets. But what Iran does next very much depends on how the US decides to implement its view that UN sanctions are back in place. With the US isolated at the UN Security Council and the Europeans wanting to preserve the nuclear deal, in this ongoing diplomatic battle between the US and Iran believes it now has the upper hand.